Good evening. The latest statistics show 192 people die every day of an overdose in the United States. At least two of those families in Keloland know that loss too well.
That's why two local mothers and advocates hope FaceTime with U.S. lawmakers will help save other children from opioid addiction. Volunteers from the National Addiction Policy Forum, including Keloland's Angela Kennecke, met with South Dakota's congressional delegation. The focus is to talk about what Congress is doing to address addiction in America. Two mothers traveled to Washington, D.C., and they're bringing a message with them. They hope their tragedies paint a better picture for Congress of what opioid addiction can do to families.
It's really important to Melissa and I that the stories of our children are not forgotten.
Angela Kennecke's daughter, Emily, overdosed and died from fentanyl poisoning on May 16th last year. 10 days later, Melissa Flynn's stepson, Nick, also died of an overdose.
I think that a large majority of the population still believes that addiction is a choice and that it's not a mental health issue.
Kennecke and Flynn are working to reduce the stigma of opioid addiction, and they hope South Dakota's delegation, including Senator John Thune and Representative Dusty Johnson, will help.
I can't even imagine. I've got three sons, and there isn't any reason that it is her pain rather than mine. It could just as easily be mine.
There are several pieces of legislation, including the CARE Act, a bipartisan effort to provide the resources needed to begin treating the opioid crisis like the critical public health emergency it is.
I mean, in the last few years, you've seen Democrats and Republicans come together, set aside all the petty squabbling because they acknowledge this is a national emergency.
I don't think in the time that I've been here I've seen anything that has so captivated lawmakers and people who are involved with public policy in trying to come up with ideas and solutions that would combat this.
The goal is to have lawmakers help promote prevention, education, treatment availability, and regulation. Flynn hopes more people learn felony convictions and prison time aren't the answers for people struggling with addiction.
Nicholas had a felony at a very young age, and he was labeled, and someone that's suffering from addiction already feels bad about themselves. They have shame. Piling on that shame and that stigma and taking away their future is not helping.
Whether it's on the steps of Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C., or the front lines right here at home, both Flynn and Kennecke plan to keep fighting, and they're bringing the memories of their children with them wherever they go.
We just want to avoid any other mother or father or brother or sister having to experience the kind of loss that we have. And this, for us, is just a mission of passion.
Another effort to fight opioid addiction is the Fentanyl Sanctions Act. Johnson says it makes it easier to sanction drug makers in countries like China who knowingly provide synthetic opioids to traffickers. It also authorizes new funding to law enforcement and intelligence agencies to combat the international trafficking of opioids. If you or someone you know is struggling with addiction, there is help. We've included links to resources under this story on keloland.com.